Hey guys, how you doing? Barry Lipscomb here again, just dropping another video on you. I want to talk to you real quick about the vaccine passports. And I knew about this for months, actually over a year now. And I preached a message, a 3-part series called The Agenda Against the Church and Humanity. You can find it on my YouTube channel, Barry Lipscomb. It has a white circle with a B and an L overlapping each other on YouTube. Right now, currently, it's still up. YouTube didn't take that one down. But it's called The Agenda Against the Church and Humanity, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. And so vaccination passports is something they've been discussing for years and years. It was just as the times approached and got closer via COVID, this is something that they wanted to implement, not because of health. It had nothing to do with anything of that nature, but to track and trace individuals. This is what this is about, vaccine passports. And really it's wrong by all standards. It's immoral, and it's just illegal to tell people that they have to have a vaccine passport in order to function in life and society. But we're at a time and age now where those who are in power at the highest levels, those in the darkest secret societies and organizations, are giving commands to those who are sitting powers of president, sitting powers of Congress, and other world leaders. The unknown leadership, the dark behind the scenes leadership, are saying, via Davos, Klaus Schwab, one of them, BG, who heads up micro SOFT. Sometimes certain words you got to spell out, or because you don't know what they're censoring and what they're trying to block these days. But we got to this point. The reason why we're at this point now is because people complied with the mask from the first time. They complied with the lockdowns. This is the reason why we're at this point now, is because people thought that, oh, well, they mean well. The media is keeping us up to date. They're looking out for us. Let me tell you something. The government doesn't care about you. They can care less. There's a website called Degal, DEGAL.com. And it was created through inner workings of back channels of government. And they have different forecasts, get that word, forecast, and predictions on where America will be here in 2024, 2025, and beyond. That the population of America will be reduced down to at least 100 million people. And why is that? Because they're running certain game plans, and they're running certain plays right now that they're trying to implement. And one reason why they're trying to use draconian measures, and they're really going for broke with every type of policy that they can, is because they're trying to they're playing all the cards that they can try to get away with, and people who don't know their rights are not empowered. But when you know your rights, and when you stand up, when you are aware and alert, then yes, knowledge is power, but what do you do with that power? And so, see, it's one thing to know, and it's another thing to act. And this is why they're trying to force people to have these vaccine passports in order to fly on the airplanes, but it won't stop there. Next, it will be to go to certain places of business. This is why they always put out these hit piece propaganda articles and saying, well, businesses have the right to use these if they want to. They have the right to use vaccination passports. You can do all the research. When you look and you do word research, you'll see all the different articles on both sides of the spectrum. And the reason why they put all of this out there is because they're trying to get it into your mind to accept it and to get you conditioned to just, go along with the program. This is what they want you to do. They want you to just be able to see this as normal, the new normal. This is why you hear that word a lot, the new normal. Normalities, things will never be the same again. And that's true. Things will never be the same again because they're trying to, listen, they're first you have the mask of the beast, then the thing you receive in your body that they keep talking about. I got to be careful because on this platform, some of you are listening on Instagram, but some of you are on YouTube, because they are two things you cannot really talk about is and certain things you receive into your body, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm driving on the highway at the same time, but so first comes the mask of the beast, the thing you receive into your body of the beast, and then the mark of the beast. And so we see Justin Trudeau, he said, this COVID-19 is a great chance for the Great Reset, or to build back better. And there's 9 or 20 different people talking about build back better. Because if you go to the World Economic Forum's website, they talk about build back better. In other words, tear down what was to bring in the new. So now this is why you're having talks about digital currency, and have to pass all these new bills, and they're the world powers that be. And if you hear about the Davos meetings and Bilderberg, which is a bunch of secret corporations and organizations and world power leaders, and meeting to plan what is going to be the next game plan and a rollout. Well, water is next in the next 2 or 3 years. Water levels, mark my words, they're talking about water next. Creating a water crisis. Everything you see right now, even what happened in Texas with the freezing over, all of that had nothing to do with what you think it is. That's just the narrative and the crap that they feed you to make you think that's what it is. That's the cover story. So they want you to buy that cover story, hook, line, and sinker. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of evil people in this world, and Satan, it's been said, John 10:10, Satan comes to steal, kill, and to destroy, but I come that they may have life and that more abundantly. So in order to justify everything they're trying to do, they have to create a crisis so that they can roll out something like vaccine passports for a virus that, let me tell you something. You haven't seen nothing yet. They have stuff that's worse than this that's in the rollouts right now. And Ebola. Just spell that word out. Ebola. Resurrecting it and trying to bring it back to the surface. And they could be playing that card. And these are from credible sources. Everything I talked about a year ago, and from the sources that knew more than this 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 20 years ago, everything they were talking about is right on point right now, and it's coming into play. But these are the biblical times. These are the signs of the times. No one thought that they would see in the last days what we're seeing now in end-time Bible prophecy. But it's all part of it. And the thing is to have our hearts and our lives right with the Lord, to be saved and know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Because as I truly say, and I said it a million times and I'll say it again, tomorrow's not promised to you. But the main thing to do when it comes to these vaccine passports is to not comply, because compliance is death, and acting like mindless sheep is what got us to the point we're at now. So the main thing is to resist, stand up for your rights, stand for Jesus Christ, know the Lord as your personal Savior. Okay, God bless you.